I don't ever want someone to look at me and say, oh, your shoes look so comfortable. I appreciate that. I was really excited to speak here. Of course, I'm very nervous now because I love this event. It's a big girl power event, and I was really excited about this year's theme of Like a Girl because I know some people give that a negative, belittling connotation, and I take it as a compliment when somebody says you do something like a girl. I've managed successful statewide campaigns like a girl. I've completed numerous half marathons running like a girl. I earned my master's degree like a girl. And I also made career changes just like a girl. And I am unabashedly a girly girl. I am a girly girl. I like the dresses and the heels. I like to have my hair done. You know, I like to have my fingernails polished. I'm a girly girl, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think being feminine and being fierce can coexist. And I think it's time that we teach the next generation of women to wear like a girl, like a badge of honor. I think it's something to be proud of. But I didn't always take that phrase as a compliment. And finally, a few years ago, I decided to stop measuring my success with somebody else's ruler. I realized that there were people out there living the life that they wanted to live simply because they believed in themselves, and for no other reason, they were out there doing it. So I decided I was going to do the things that I wanted to do. I decided to be a runner. Now, I just want to say, I'm not an athletic person. I've never swung a baseball bat. I've never dribbled a basketball. I've never played a sport in my entire life. Okay, I even failed aerobics in college. My mother is very proud of that. How do you fail aerobics? Do you want to know how I failed it? You had to run a mile. Every Friday they made you run a mile. So instead of running a mile, I ran to the cafeteria. I would duck behind cars so that the instructor, but apparently she noticed when I didn't come back. I can still remember the first time I ran a mile without stopping. It felt like a great big accomplishment. I started running farther, 2 miles, a 5K, half marathons, and then I started running faster. And I have finished all but my very first half marathon in under 2 hours. I run fiercely, but I do run like a girl. I color coordinate all my running gear. And I always wear lipstick in a race. Because I think it makes me faster. And I have even been known to turn to a runner next to me, whether it's a stranger or a friend, and say, is my lipstick still on? So not long after there's a hole in the stage here. Not long after I ran my first complete mile, I realized that running is really a mental sport. And so I decided to use the strength from running to do other things in my life that I wanted to do. So I applied to go to grad school at IUN. Now, I am a person who likes to have a lot of stuff on my plate. I like to juggle a lot of things, but I was working a full-time job, going to school full-time, served on the board of Meals on Wheels, vice president of a couple political organizations, and on the executive board of my service organization, the Munster Juniors. So the first year was a breeze, right? You know, I was reading and I was presenting research and I was writing papers. And then the second year, I had a class called Management Sciences. And that's fancy for really hard algebra that takes 4 pages in 2 hours to get one answer. And I hated it. I was miserable at it and I was struggling. And I realized that this class was going to ruin my straight A average. And I got a B in the class, and I was okay with that because that letter grade doesn't mean I'm less capable or not as smart. It was just a bigger challenge, and like a girl, I made it through, with a few tears. And I'm glad I accepted the fact that I was getting a B, because I had economics the very next semester, and I got a B in that too. 3 months before I graduated, I made a career change. And I could have stayed at my job. It was very comfortable, and I knew what I was doing, and it was good work. But I looked at that list of goals, and I wanted to be a part of something that was bigger than myself. And I'm always about making Northwest Indiana the best that it could possibly be. So, as Director of Development for Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Indiana, I'm part of an inspiring group of people who are making a change in families in this community. I'm both grateful and proud to be a part of an organization that provides strength and stability through shelter to families in Lake County. But starting a new job isn't easy. It's really intimidating, and it's frustrating at times because you don't know what you don't know, and you're trying to be really good at it, but you don't know what you're supposed to be being good at, so it's a struggle. And it's hard to walk away from a job where you could basically do it in your sleep. You knew what you were doing. And I want to be really successful at my job. I want to learn as much as I possibly can to be a fundamental member of the team. But just like running, I had to take it one step at a time, pace myself, learn from the setbacks, and celebrate the triumphs. If I have been at all successful at being fierce and female, it's because of the females that I know. I'm lucky to have guidance in my professional world from my accomplished executive director, Dawn Michaels, who is very patiently teaching me the ropes while seamlessly transitioning into her new position and making it look like a piece of cake. I'm fortunate to have learned from Meals on Wheels executive director, Sandy Noe, who took me under her wing and mentored me as a board member. Really fierce group of lady friends, and let's hear it for lady friends. Because we need each other. There is power in female friendship. I'm so fortunate to have this group of friends. I'm so fortunate that you guys came out tonight to support me, because I would be so much more nervous if I was doing this without you guys here. So I've learned that doing things like a girl means you don't have to do them alone. Be open to people who are smarter and more experienced than you. Be willing to collaborate with other people and open to their ideas and opinions. And spend as much time as you can with your female friends. Let them challenge and inspire you. That is what I've learned from my professional relationships and personal friendships. But when I talk about who had the greatest impact on my ability to stand tall as a girl, even if that meant I needed really great heels to do so, I think of my mother, Jane. And I'm not going to cry, okay? She taught me that fierce and feminine are not exclusive qualities. Anyone who knows me knows that my mom and I are very close. But she drives me crazy. We might just be close because she needs someone to drive her around everywhere. But I'll take it because she buys me really great shoes. But she's been there a lot. You know, I'm so grateful for all of the things that my mom has done for me, but I'm even more grateful for the things that she has not done for me. The times that she made me figure it out on my own. And I'm sure it wasn't easy for her to watch me navigate things, but doing things on my own taught me to be resilient. It taught me strength, and she's certainly the person I appreciate the most for teaching me to be #like a girl.